Guess who?
Hi, Skylar.
Hi, Bobo. Where's your boyfriend? I thought he was going to meet Dad today.
Donald had to go to the doctor, and he should be here any minute.
Hope he meets with Dad's approval, Bobo. You know how strict Dad is about who marries into the family.
I know, he never even approved of Mother.
Right to the end, he even buried her under her maiden name.
Sick, Skylar.
Cheers!
Oh, I hope Dad likes Donald, or I'll never get married. After all, I'm so plain, and you're so handsome.
That's not true, Bobo. I'm extremely handsome.
Yes, you have everything a woman wants. Long eyelashes, a beautiful face, and a gorgeous figure.
I know. I take after Uncle Herman. He was a Ziegfeld Follies girl.
Sick, Skylar.
Chin up, Bobo.
Bobo. I'm more a boo-boo than a bobo.
I'll see you later. I'm going to the beauty parlor.
What for?
To make a donation.
Mr. Donald Crowley is here.
Oh, do send him in. It's so hard to get ugly out.
Hi, Bobo.
Hello, Donald. How did the tests go?
I don't know. I haven't heard yet. Today they tested me for pollen, wool, dust, and cat fur.
Cat fur? Well, they certainly are being thorough. How do you feel?
A little bit strange. I hope I'm not going to have a reaction to the test.
Oh, Donald, I'm so nervous about you meeting my father for the first time.
Oh, there's nothing to be nervous about. It doesn't bother me.
Meow!
I said everything will be all right.
Before that.
It doesn't bother me.
Oh. Well, I just hope nothing happens to upset my father.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure nothing will happen.
Donald!
Oh, I don't know why I did that. I just had an uncontrollable urge to lick my hand.
Well, please don't do it when my father's around.
I'm sure it won't happen again.
Okay, I'll go get Dad. You sit.
Okay.
Sit down.
Oh, I don't know why I'm doing this either. It must be something to do with the test.
Get down off there.
I think I'm shouting.
Oh, Daddy.
Bobo,
Yes, Daddy?
I think there's a lot to be said for being an old maid.
This is my father, Daddy. This is my fiancé, Donald.
So, you're interested in marrying my daughter?
Yes, sir.
And you want to marry that?
I do.
You realize I'm very particular about who marries into the family.
Right.
Donald plays a great game of tennis, Daddy. You get these crooks in his neck all the time. Would you like a drink, Dad?
Yeah, double, I'll get it myself.
I'd like a drink too. I think there's something.
Please try to control yourself.
Mr. Crowley, sit down. I'd like to have a serious talk. Mr. Crowley, you may not be familiar with one's pride in one's family name. Our family is a very select stock. Our ancestors were all we are we represent the epitome. I'd like to think that my son-in-law would be able to stand with me in society. Bobo,
Yes, Daddy.
I'd like to have a talk with you. Alone. Man to man.
All right, Daddy. Will you excuse me, my husband? Behave like this, Dad. It's just having a reaction to the allergy test. Please let me marry him, Dad. You said you wanted a grandson.
Oh, I suppose so. I suppose you'll give me the pick of the lip.
Please go along with it, Dad, for my sake.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Dad. Donald! Donald! Here, get.
Gee, that was fun. I never played with yarn.
Sit down. Everything will be all right.
I'm sure it will be.
Dad, just let me marry you.
Oh, that's marvelous. Sir, I don't know what's come over me today, but I can assure you it's only temporary.
Would you like to come to dinner, son?
Well, yes, thank you very much.
Waiting in the dining room.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a bother. I'm really not that hungry. I'm just going to run home and open a can of Friskies.
Please stay, Donald.
No, I've embarrassed you enough. I'm going to go out the door, and the next time you see me, I'm going to be completely normal.
This past Thursday was the Great American Smoke Out, a day that everyone in America was encouraged to stop smoking cigarettes for a 24-hour period. Here to comment further is update correspondent Rosanna Dana.
Thanks a lot, Jane. Thanks a lot. Mr. Richard Bader from Fort Lee, New Jersey writes in and says, Dear Rosanna Dana, last Thursday I quit smoking. Now I'm depressed, I gained weight, my face broke out, I'm nauseous, I'm constipated, my teeth swell, my gums are bleeding, my sinuses are clogged, I got heartburn, I'm cranky, and I have gas. What should I do? Mr. Bader, you sound like a real attractive guy. You belong in New Jersey. But I know exactly what you're going through because once I, Rosanna Dana, quit smoking. And to get back into shape, I had to join one of those fancy health clubs. You know, the ones where it's really expensive to join, but it's worth it because you get to see a lot of people that you don't know naked. Like some people there that got the bulgy thighs, the ones that get chafed because they're always scraping against each other. And then there's other people there that got those funny belly buttons. Like some go in and some go out, or it's a hole, or it curls around, or it's got a little knob on it like a door. Some of them even got little pieces of their sweater still in it. Some of them look like a star, or a shell, or a clam, and then there's others, I don't know what they are. But personally, I, Rosanna Dana, don't like to walk around with no clothes in front of other people. Not that I don't have a great body. But why should I waste it on a bunch of fat ladies in a health club? Anyway, they got this sauna there, which is a little hot room where you go to sweat like a pig. So I go in there, but before I sit down, I put down a nice clean towel on the bench because there's a lot of people there and you don't know where they've been. So listen to this. Who do you think is sitting alongside of me but Dr. Joyce's brother? You know that smart pixie lady who thinks she knows everything? Well, what this nudist psychologist didn't know was that she had a teeny tiny little sweat ball hanging right off the tip of her nose. It was just hanging there, wouldn't fall off. Like if she turned her head, it didn't fall off. If she stood up, it didn't fall off. If she stretched, it didn't fall off. And when she picked little pieces of sweater out of her belly button, it didn't fall off. That sweat ball just wouldn't fall off. So I yelled to her, hey, Doctor! it just goes to show you, it's always something. If it's not one thing, it's another. Either you smoke or you got a sweat ball hanging off your nose. It's just like that song we used to sing on Thanksgiving when I was a little girl. Everybody would come over to my house looking all pretty and cute and everything, and my mother would make a turkey with stuffing, and for dessert we'd have the traditional banana Rosanna Dana cake. But before we ate, we'd bow our heads. Bow your head, Jane. Come on. Bow your little head, Jane. Bow your head. That's right. Bow your head. And we'd sing. We'd gather